sideways in front of Prosper and going 86 are Amy Sawyer. We're beating and banging here in the sportsman class. Still banging as we head down.
Rempel going to work there. Oh, 5 wide for a moment through 1 and 2. Back down to 4 and 3 wide off of 2. What a showing. Here we go. Tom Swoboda, Chase Osborne, row 1. Dylan Schmier, Nelson Volbrecht, row 2. Denton Duncan, Corey Dumpert, row 3. Alex Banks, Brian Molt, row 4. Matt Buller, Jared Heffelman, row 5. Tyler Mark, Robert Osborne, row 6. Blair Krause, Jim Johnson, row 7. Dean Wilkinson, Dan Lucan, row 8. Chad Carlson, Jake Kapicka, row 9. Les Siebert, Mark Lucan, row 10. Greg Crone in row 11 by himself. Here we go, race fans. It is Fat Tire Friday showtime at the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Here we go through 1 and 2 the first time. Chase Osborne breaks out to the race lead. Corey Dumpert with a big head of steam on the outside lane. He'll look to the outside of Tom Swoboda for the second spot as the field storms through 3 and 4 for the first time. Opening lap will go to Osborne. Dumpert right around the outside. He'll take the second spot. Corey Dumpert finishing second in the point standings in the regular season here at US 30 Speedway. Meanwhile, Tom Swoboda having some trouble through turns 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Nelson Volbrecht and Dylan Schmier to get by. Now Dumpert going after Osborne for the race lead as they enter turns 1 and 2. Osborne on the low side, Dumpert up top, and Dumpert not wasting any time here. Corey Dumpert takes the lead on entry to turn number 3. Side by side, Osborne right around the bottom, but off of 4, you've got a new leader. Corey Dumpert now shows the way. Trouble in the back in turn number 3. Mark Lucan has gone around, and that will bring us under yellow flag conditions. Caution on the speedway for the 12 of Mark Lucan. Last 2 nights that the late models have been in action, I tell you what, we've had a couple of great fields. We had 21 cars here tonight. A couple weeks ago for championship night, we had 23 in the field. So a good couple of late model races the last couple of times here at US 30. Here we go, off of turn number 4. Corey Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. Oh, a little contact there between Jared Heffelman and Dylan Schmier. Good save by Schmier. But Heffelman's going to lose a couple of spots. Meanwhile, Schmier loses the second spot to Nelson Volbrecht. Volbrecht now trying to chase down Dumpert for the race lead as they go down the front stretch this time. Robert Osborne working to the inside of Dylan Schmier for the third spot. Meanwhile, good battle back there for position number 5 on the speedway. Jared Heffelman able to pull away from Tyler Mark and Brian Molt. Tom Swoboda and Denton Duncan are both back there as well as the field continues to sort itself out. Now Volbrecht closing in on Corey Dumpert. You don't see this every day. Dumpert trying to run the top shelf. Volbrecht right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. He's on the bottom through 1 and 2 and making some serious hay down there. This time Volbrecht right through the middle. Loses a bit of ground to Dumpert. Volbrecht will try to run through the middle of turns 3 and 4 this time. Dumpert continuing to ride the top shelf for all she's worth. Meanwhile, the shuffling in the back, in the middle. Whoa! Tyler Mark way off at turn number 4, cuts clear across the track, nearly takes the nose off of Matt Buller, but he'll lose about 3 spots out of that deal. Buller doing a great bit of heads-up driving, and he misses Mark. Matt Buller now into position number 9 on the speedway. Tom Swoboda now falls back to 10th. He was your pole setter to kick things off here. Next time around, we will be halfway through this one. 10 down, 10 to go. Corey Dumpert has been your race leader. Nelson Volbrecht runs second. Robert Osborne third. Dylan Schmier fourth. Denton Duncan now into the top 5. Good run for the 83D. Then it's Jared Heffelman running 6th. Brian Molt is 7th. Jim Johnson 8th. Matt Buller 9th. Tom Swoboda your top 10. Blair Krause shown in 11 cautions out. And we've got a 2-car tangle over in turn number 1. That's Jake Kapicka and Greg Crone involved. So just before the halfway mark, we have our second caution. Trouble for Tyler Mark. He's going to take the 24T off the racetrack. Same goes for the 51 of Les Seabird. The IMCA Modifieds make their way in along with the Good Old Time Racing Association and the Sport Compacts. Here we go. 11 laps to go in your IMCA late model A main for the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Corey Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. Here we go. The mad shuffle begins once again. Jim Johnson, good head of steam off at turn number 2. Meanwhile, we've got trouble in the back, and for the second time, it's Mark Lucan. Caution is out again, this time for Mark Lucan, looping it around. He's able to get it refired. But unfortunately, that is the second time that Lucan has gone around. Trying to bring one more piece of hardware back to the hometown in York. With the 77, Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. We'll try it again. Here we go through turns 1 and 2 to kick things off. Dumpert shows the way down the back straightaway. Nelson Volbrecht files into that second spot. Denton Duncan had pressure coming from Jared Heffelman. Heffelman starting to charge towards the front. Halfway home in this one. 10 down, 10 to go. Here comes Heffelman. Heffelman now to the inside of Dylan Schmier. That's the challenge going on for the 4th spot. They go through 3 and 4 side by side. And man, the black diamond chassis of Jared Heffelman, it just gets amazing bite. Even right in the slick stuff off of turn number 4. Jared Heffelman now up to position number 4 on the Speedway. Schmier back to the inside off of turn number 4, trying to pose the challenge back to Heffelman. It's been a good one so far. And now Jim Johnson looking to sidestep Denton Duncan. That's for the 6th spot as they go down the back straightaway. Johnson will do so as they go down into 3. Johnson stays low, Duncan through the middle. And Duncan now starting to lose some ground. Corey Dumpert now starting to pull away from Nelson Volbrecht. Volbrecht was great on that last green flag stretch, but then the cautions came out, and now Dumpert starting to pull away. Half a straightaway advantage for Dumpert over Volbrecht. Next time around the line, we will have 5 laps remaining in the Abe Lincoln Memorial feature for the late models. Corey Dumpert remains your leader. Nelson Volbrecht runs 2nd. Robert Osborne 3rd. Jared Heffelman runs 4th. Dylan Schmier your top 5. Then it's Jim Johnson, Denton Duncan, Matt Buller, Brian Molt, Blair Krause your top 10. Krause now to the inside, showing some muscle on Molt late in this one. And Krause quick to sidestep Molt for the 9th spot. Good run to the 8K out of Gretna. Corey Dumpert, he's got the 77 on lockdown right through the middle and on the top shelf. 3 laps to go for the 77. What a run it has been for a great season for the 77 of Dumpert. Winning the 2019 IMCA Late Model National Championship, and now Dumpert into lap traffic in a big way. Threads right between Tyler Mark and Jake Kubica. Corey Dumpert trying to run away and hide with this one. Dumpert staying to the outside as he puts the 112 of Dan Luke in a lap down. White flag in the air. Final time around for Corey Dumpert. Dumpert will show the way now as we got a spin on the back straightaway. Alex Banks spins to the infield, but off at turn number 4 for the final time. Double checker flags are going to fly. Corey Dumpert is going to win the Abe Lincoln Memorial for the late models. 2nd will be Nelson Volbrecht. Robert Osborne is 3rd. Jared Heffelman comes home 4th. Dylan Schmier your top 5. Then it's Jim Johnson, Matt Buller, Denton Duncan, Blair Krause, and Brian Molt. That will be your top 10. What a race there to the finish. We give it up for him, race fans. Your winner of tonight's Abe Lincoln Memorial for the late models out of York, Nebraska, car number 77, Corey Dumpert. All right, race fans, made it down here to Chassis Victory Lane. That's a pretty good sized trophy here, Corey Dumpert. Great job tonight. Excellent run on the top side. That was right where you needed to be.
Yeah, the track was flawless. I mean, you can run high, low, medium. The track is smooth. It's been great all year. The Lincoln family and Bobby, they do a heck of a job with this place.
I tell you, it was just like that in the heat race. You ran the top side. You were just as fast there in the feature as you were in the heat. Even as much as the track changed, just about no one could catch you.
Yeah, we got the car dialed in, which goes out to my crew. And, you know, Schwartz builds one heck of a race car, and I just get the fun part of driving it.
Well, let's thank some of the folks to help you get the 77 out here to US 30.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, my girlfriend, Kevin Shafranik, all the sponsors on these cars. Ben, he helped out tonight. All you fans are coming out. I mean, you guys make this possible. I mean, there wouldn't be racetracks without you guys filling the stands, so thank you.
Well, that's a pretty cool piece of hardware to add to your collection, the ever-expanding resume of the 77. Job well done, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, this is probably one of the coolest trophies I got, so I'm going to hold on to this one.
How about it, race fans? Your 2019 Abe Lincoln Memorial champion for the IMCA late models, Corey Dumpert. Race fans, as they come off of turn number 4 this time, get up on your feet and make some noise, race fans. US 30 Speedway, these guys and gals, they'll make your heart sing. These are the Wild Things, your CNC Repair IMCA Hobby Stocks.
And here they come out of turn number 4. Start waving. Yo! Hoorah! I tell you what, Anthony, we got some cars here tonight.
And 32 strong for the hobby stocks, and we've narrowed it down to the best 20. Who will take it home here on night number 1?
20 cars, 20 laps, the 23rd Abe Lincoln Memorial. It's time to get it.
Here we go, race fans, off of turn number 2. Michael Wade and Mike Hansen on the point. Let's do it to it. Let's get going.
Look at Jeff Ware, stuck to the inside, trying to take a 2-for-1 sale on the start. Ware has the lead out of turn 2.
Michael Wade, I think, spun the tires off the exit on the start, and that was the perfect opportunity to Jeff Ware to get the low side on lockdown. Ware gonna take the opening lap. 2 and 3 wide in the middle of the pack as they go into turn number 1. Now 4 wide for a brief moment. Roy Armstrong trying to get the outside lane going now. Jeremy Hoskinson with a good run to the inside. That's for position number 4 on the Speedway with Michael Wade right in the middle.
Jeff Ware, Mike Hansen in second. Lance Melke in third. Jeremy Hoskinson, here it comes. Rockin' Roy Armstrong on the outside.
Michael Wade slid up the track, trying to keep the fifth spot to himself, but Armstrong able to sidestep him as the field continues to shuffle. Keep your eyes in the middle of the pack. A lot of good action behind from 6th on back. Michael Wade is leading that Hornet's Nest right behind him.
Jeff Ware with the lead, followed by Mike Hansen in the 94. Rockin' Roy Armstrong moves into third. And then it's a battle. Jeremy Hoskinson, Lance Melke battling for 4th and 5th. And now sneaking to the inside, it is the 52 of Cameron Wilkinson.
Ryan Feynman trying to get around Tristan Grape and Colby Kaspar. So Feynman trying to work his way through. Feynman slips up the track on entry to turn number 1. That allows the bottom to be open. Tristan Grape took a look. Couldn't make a pass on Feynman. But Feynman working his way through the field steadily and working on the inside line to get around Michael Wade and Colby Kaspar. Keep your eyes on the 3.
Jeff Ware with about a half a straightaway lead over Rockin' Roy Armstrong on the outside. Now Mike Hansen. Cameron Wilkinson, he started in 11th position, all the way up, battling for 4th and 5th.
Man, great run there for the 52. A bad draw in the redraw, but nonetheless, the 52 is making his presence known right around the bottom, and he's taking Ryan Feynman with him. So keep your eyes on that bottom lane. Cameron Wilkinson and Ryan Feynman both making good charges towards the front, but it's all going behind your now 2-time track champion, Jeff Ware.
Jeff Ware, Rockin' Roy Armstrong, Cameron Wilkinson. Then you got Mike Hansen over there in that 4th spot. And look who's moving up there, the 3 of Ryan Feynman.
Feynman looking to the inside of Mike Hansen. That's for the 4th spot. But how about Cameron Wilkinson up to the 3rd spot now? Feynman down to the inside off of turn number 4. Feynman started on the inside of row number 4. And now it looks like the field got bunched up a bit down the front straightaway, but we stay green. Everyone stays nice and clean, keeping it in the right direction. We continue on. 1 lap shy of the halfway mark, and it's been all Jeff Ware.
And keep a look at the race number 14 of Tristan Drake, now tucked right behind Hansen. Roy Armstrong in second, Cameron Wilkins in third, Ryan Fabian, Mike Hansen, Tristan Drake, Jeremy Hoskinson, Lance Melke.
These guys and gals putting on a great show tonight here at the US 30 Speedway. Halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go, and it's been all Jeff Ware. But right now, a lot of good battling from fourth on back. Side-by-side battle there for the fifth spot between Tristan Grave and Mike Hansen. Meanwhile, Cameron Wilkinson, he has tracked down the 6R of Roy Armstrong for the second spot. It's one thing to catch him, it's another to pass him.
Jeff Ware hugging the bottom, Roy Armstrong on the top, Cameron Wilkinson on the bottom, Ryan Fabian hugging the bottom along with Tristan Grave. On the high side, Jeremy Hoskinson, Lance Melke. On the bottom side, Mike Hansen and Colby Kaspar.
That's a 2-car train on the outside lane. Hoskinson and Milky trying to get the top side dialed up. I think they saw what Dumper did in the late models. See if it's trying to work in the hobby stock. They're getting some speed off it, but they need to get the corners just right if they're going to make any ground on the top 5. But now, good battle for the second spot. It continues on between Armstrong and Wilkinson. They're side by side.
Jeff Ware continues to lead. Cameron Wilkinson now battling Roy Armstrong for second. Couldn't quite do it down to turn number 4 that time. Ryan Fabian, Tristan Drake, Jeremy Hopkinson, Lance Melke, Mike Hansen, Colby Kaskar, and Nate DeSive.
Don't look too much now, Jim, but I think that battle for second is probably eating into the lead of Jeff Ware. Ware's got a pretty good sized lead, half a straightaway on that battle for second. But I thought the last couple of laps that lead was shrinking.
Jeff Ware down the backstretch, followed by Cameron Wilkinson. Now he has cleared Roy Armstrong. Then it's Ryan Fabian, Tristan Grate. Then you have Jeremy Hoskinson, or is that Colby Kaspar? It looks like Colby Kaspar.
That's Hoskinson to the low side.
Hoskinson, yeah. He has cleared Lance Melke. And then it's Colby Kaspar, Nate DeSive.
How about Cameron Wilkinson? Started 11th on the grid, now running second. But Jeff Ware on cruise control, and he's not letting that bottom get away from him for anything.
I tell you, another person's moved up quite a few spots. The 33C of Mike Kennedy.
He's doing a great job as well. Kennedy started, looks like, outside row number 8. That's 16th on the grid. And now he's in a hornet's nest right now. Jeremy Hoskinson, Lance Melke, Kaspar, DeSive, and Kennedy are all right there. 3 to go for Jeff Ware. Looking to go coast to coast in this one.
Jeff Ware, Cameron Wilkinson, Roy Armstrong, Tristan Grate, Ryan Fabian. Then you got Jeremy Hoskinson, a 3-way battle with Lance Melke, Nate DeSive, and Mike Kennedy.
2 laps to go. White flag comes out the next time by. Cameron Wilkinson. They started to eat into that lead, but Ware gets a good run down the back. About a straightaway advantage. 83 of Ware won the track championship 2 weeks ago and trying to seal the deal on the opening night of the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Ware takes the white flag.
1 more lap to go. He has led from the beginning. Cameron Wilkinson had to work his way up to second. Roy Armstrong's in third. Down the backstretch for the final time into turn number 3. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time. Winning the first night of the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Give it up to the mean, lean, green machine of Jeff Ware.
Cameron Wilkinson will cross in the second spot. Roy Armstrong third at the line for fourth. I think it's Fabian, Tristan Grape. Then it's Jeremy Hoskinson, Nate DeSive, Lance Melke, Mike Kennedy, and Colby Kaspar. That'll be your top 10.
But ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for these hobby stock drivers? Green, white, checkered, no yellow flags.
And give it up for our race fans. Your winner of night number 1 for the hobby stocks here at the Abe Lincoln Memorial out of Columbus, Nebraska. Car number 83, let him hear you, US 30, Jeff Ware.
What a great drive by all the hobby stock drivers. I mean, they were in battles all over the track there, Anthony, and they did a great job going green, white, check.